For last night he held you tightly, and you didn't even show. This is true, for I've been watching from the window up above. The window up above, George Jones, the possum himself. My name's Keith Williams with Fret More Guitar Lessons, where we fret more, stress less, and make a whole lot of music. And I'd like to make a little music on an old possum song like this. It's actually one of his originals that he wrote. And he didn't do a lot of writing, I don't think, of his stuff, but this is one that he did write, and a great song. And anyway, we've got 4 chords in this. Now, I will give you a little heads up. First of all, we're going to capo up 2, okay? We'll play it in the D position, all right? And so it's in E. You could play it in E if you wanted to. I saw him do it live. And he actually capos up and plays it in the D position. So you can do it either way you want to, as far as that goes, as long as you're, if you can't play it in that key, you can change keys as well. But this is just the key he does do. All right. So the thing I wanted to point out, because he's just playing D, G, and A. That's all he plays. I've watched him play it, but I know there's a 7th chord in there. It goes to a D7th in parts of it at the end of the of each verse, actually, okay? Because there's like 1, 2, 3 verses and kind of really 4 choruses, and all those have the window up above in there. They're all different wording, but they all have the same progression, and then the 3 verses have the same progression. But he goes to, there's a D7th, and you can hear it just as plain as day, but he's not changing. He's staying in that D. So you don't have to change if you don't want to. You can stay in, and I say that a lot on the 7th chords. I like a 7th chord, but I've done some lessons, and I didn't do the 7th chord, and later on I'm like, I think it's got a 7th in it. But sometimes, there may be, what happens a lot of times, musicians, they may be playing that 7th, but not everybody's playing it. In other words, somebody's playing it, but not everybody is, because it's just really just that one note different that makes that 7th note and makes that. There's a D7th, there's a D, D7. So just one note different, and but I'm going to show it to you anyway, and then you can leave it in there. You can play it like George and leave it out, or you can put it in there. And so anyway. There's our D chord. We're going to have a G. You can get that G however. Sometimes I switch back and forth to get a G like that. And then we've got an A chord. Again, you can get that A however you want to. I get it with 2 fingers. And then the D7. It's really just a backwards D. There's a D. And so we're just switching over here. So we're just still on the B string, but we're on the 1st fret as opposed to the 3rd fret with that B string. So anyway, but I'm going to show you both. I'm going to show you with the 7th, and then you can choose. And what I did a cover on this too, and I'll have a link to that cover down in the description. And I do that so you can follow along. And some people just don't care about lessons; they just want to listen, and that's cool. But if you're learning the lesson, sometimes it's helpful to go back and even though I'm doing it in the same key as George, but they don't always show George's hands and the changes, and so this kind of helps you see where the changes are. You follow along with the whole song and play along with it, okay? All right, so what I did is I just started out. Now I think he probably starts out just a little strumming, and they start out with a little bit of a thing there, but I really just started out real simple, and I just started out singing. I strummed it once. I've been living a new way deep of life that I love so, A to back to D, but I can see the clouds are gathering, and the storm will wreck our home. What I'm doing on the strumming pattern, I was just down, I'm plucking on the D, I'm plucking the 4th string, down up, then I'm plucking the 3rd string, down up, and then the A. I don't always have an opportunity on that because it's not staying in the A long enough. I'm plucking the A string, the 5th string, and if I alternated, I'd go to the 4th string. But sometimes I don't have time to get the 4th string in there. I just do the A string, down up, and then go back to the D chord. So you see the pattern there. That's the verse. That's what the first verse is, just D to A, D to A, back to D. Okay, and then we're going to go to the first chorus. Okay, for that. And, all right. So let me. We didn't go to the D7 there. And the storm will wreck our home. D7th. And like I say, if you want to stay in a D, perfectly fine. We're going to go to the chorus here. For last night he held you tightly, G, and you didn't even show D. This is true, for I've been watching A from the window, G, up above, back to D. And again, those choruses are going to be the same progression as well. All right? And we go into the next verse. You must have thought that I was sleeping. I'm just going to talk this one. And I wish, A, that I had been, okay? But I guess it's best to know you. Now we're going to A again. And the way your heart can sing D. D7, okay? And then the second chorus. I thought we belonged together. Going to G there. And our hearts fit like a glove. D. I was wrong, for I've been watching A. From the window, G, up above D. Now it sounds like, and I watched him, and again, he stayed true to that A. It sounds like, because they're singing, and because they repeat that, watching you. So it goes like on this particular one, it says, I was wrong, for I've been watching you. And it sounds like it's going to the G there, but he doesn't change until a little later. So the way he does, and so in case you're watching this and you're going, he changes before that. The way he did it live, he did not change. He did this. I was wrong, for I've been watching you. Because it sounds like it's going somewhere there, but he's staying in A, staying true to A. From the window, so he doesn't change to window. Up above, so he doesn't change. What I was thinking in the beginning, he was doing this. And I'm not trying to confuse you. This is what I was hearing. Okay, I was wrong. I was wrong, for I've been watching from the window up above. And that's where I was going to teach it, but then I watched him do it live, and he stays in that A. So he goes, I was wrong, for I've been watching from the window, G, up above. So anyway, I'm just trying to do it the way George. He wrote the song, and he's playing the song, and he's, so I figured he probably knows how it's supposed to go. So that's what we're doing. All right, and then we go into the next chorus. Or no, that's actually next. Actually, after that chorus, he does a little bit of a lead, and I didn't do any lead part. I just kind of I go to the kind of the ending part of the chorus. So it's just D, da, 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 da. G, back to G. And he actually does it twice, that same little progression there for a break, because he does a fiddle and a piano break. All right, then we go into the next verse. For my eyes, the teardrops started as I listened on and on, back to D. I hear you whisper to him softly that our marriage was all wrong. D. Now D7, okay? We're going to the chorus again. But I hope he makes you happy, G. And you will never lose his love, D. I lost mine while I was watching A. From the window, G, up above, back to D. And then you can go to the D7th again, because he's actually going into another chorus. So there, I heard that D7th in there again. Now I wish I could be dreaming, G. Wake up to an honest love, D. I was wrong, for I've been watching A. From the window, G, up above D. And I'm just raising up my middle finger there on that E string. Kind of doing a little hammer on there, okay? And sometimes I'll raise up my index finger off the G string. You can do it either way. So both ways is... Here's the middle finger, here's the index finger. Okay? You can use those endings on any song in D there. Just a nice little country ending I like. Just very simple, and it does it doesn't require any fancy picking or anything. It's just raising one finger up, doing a little hammer on, back on, lets everybody know you finished, you know. But usually people know I'm finished when I shut the video off and let my guitar down, or vice versa, whatever. Let my guitar down, walk out, you know, walk off stage. People know I'm done. But sometimes you got to let them know beforehand, you know. So they can throw, you know, tips at you and stuff like that. But anyway, that never happens to me, but it might happen to you. You don't ever know. It might happen to you. Anyway, if you could give us a thumbs up on this one, subscribe to us. If you would, check out the links down below. Like I say, I'll have the link to the cover down there. You can follow along with that and some other links down there you might be interested in. Share us on social media. Check out other videos out there. We'll see y'all on the next one. Thanks.